Alright folks, how you doing? This is Double R, and we are just going to go ahead and have a fun time with this. And as additional comments are brought in, I will be more than happy to make follow-up videos for this versus part of the series, Double R versus Brian Griffin, in terms of what Brian Griffin is supposed to represent. Now, I'm going to only use the first argument that everybody and their brother seems to want to throw at me about this whole situation. When I said I didn't care that Brian Griffin died, people from friends, family, people on Facebook, people wanted to message me in Twitter, people wanted to message me on Facebook. It was a whole hootenanny, shenanigan kind of bullcrap for me, where people were always coming in and saying the exact same thing for the defense of Brian Griffin. He represents America. And when I asked for clarification, most of the time they say he represents Americans and how Americans are and yada, yada, yada. And I was like, okay, if you really don't want to tell me what you mean by that, I won't go into it. But, as you can tell, we're here with Devil's Advocate, where I don't love Brian Griffin. I don't like him. I really don't like him. I feel like Quagmire. I don't like him, and I can break down why I don't like him. Let's start with the basics. Everyone wants to say Brian Griffin represents American values in America and all that happy stuff. Okay, we'll work with that. So, with that as the argument, with that as the basic argument that I have to work with, I looked at it and went, okay, so what you are nicely telling me is that America, or Americans in general, are all hipsters by default. Well, no. Well, yes. You see in many episodes, when people start liking something, Brian immediately doesn't like it. Just outright. Let's take it, for example, the whole smoking incident. That's one of the bigger ones. Everyone started smoking because, guess what? It became popular. Peter was president of the smoking company and whatnot, and everyone was being, quote, bought off by the smoking perks. And because everyone else was going against their values because, being bought off by perks, Brian goes, I'm going to quit smoking. I'm just going to quit smoking. And then the very second that Peter left and fixed it, he went right back to smoking. Everyone else started smoking because Peter was pushing a good agenda, and, well, not even a good agenda. He was pushing his agenda, which was for smoking companies. And Brian was like, nope, I'm not going to smoke anymore because other people are smoking. Pretty much what he came out to. Now, I know some of y'all are going to go, well, there's a reason behind that. He actually was standing up for something. And cool, I can accept that to a point, but there have been many instances, and if you watch a show, you end up running into each one, and you end up seeing yourself going, damn it, he's right. Where there's a lot of times, Brian will purposely try to do something as a hipster. Just outright, just because. There's a couple times where he was coerced into it, and that's fine, I don't knock him for that. But there are many times where he's gone over and been straight up hipster. Straightforward. Right on it. No problem. If someone likes it, he tends to not like it. Just that simple. That's how he works. And you know what? I could even let that slide to a point because, hi, how you doing? Devil's Advocate. Hi, I hate Brian Griffin, but everyone loves him. So I'm pretty much Brian Griffin in this case. Way to go me, became your enemy. Let the hate flow through you. Well, no, seriously, I can actually say that and get away with it right now. But no. Anyway, let's move to the next point. That also gets my vote. Pseudo-intellectual. All Americans are pseudo-intellectual. Again, you see it a lot from Brian. In fact, when Peter became intelligent and brought on a bookshelf, Stewie even said that Peter torched his ass. Because he ends up saying, oh, I'm a big reader myself. Really? What have you read? That's just the start. Falsifying. Because Americans are liars too. Just keep that in mind. But the whole thing of pseudo-intellectual is he will throw stuff out, but if someone is more intelligent than him, he starts getting upset. Think about one of his human dates. And we're about to go into that in a moment, so brace. One of his human compatriots, dates, whatever, was smarter than him. And overall, he couldn't take it, even though she broke it down as, oh, you're still thinking about Jillian. No, it's he couldn't take the fact that she was smarter than him, even though everyone looks at her as an idiot. Pretty much he presumed that she's a moron and then found out, oh wait, she actually has intelligence. Oops, my bad. And then he was trying to run par with her and found out he wasn't able to keep up. Fine. I can even let that slide to a point. He made a presumption, it backfired on him. I can let that slide. That I had no problem with. But the problem I did have was the fact that, again, he is a dog. He is a dog. Even in the series continuity, he is a dog. Judge said he's a dog. Peter says he's a dog. Everyone says he's a dog. He is a dog. He is a dog. I'm going to repeat this one more time. He is a dog. Now, I know this one's a little bit hard to swallow, but Seth MacFarlane has pretty much pushed a bestiality, alienality agenda. He's pushed it, and no one seems to even call him on it. They don't care. Well, Brian Griffin is pretty much human anyway. No, he's a dog. Sorry, he's a dog. Brian Griffin has slept with a dog. He's done the deed with a dog, and he's done the deed with humans. Smart humans to dumb humans, to transhumans. Yeah, go ahead and think about that for a minute. There's an episode where Stewie gets all of his prior girlfriends in the same room. And yes, the dog is still there, but it's a lot of humans. So keep this in mind. There's a lot of human women who have no problem having a relationship with a dog. Just go ahead. Just let that sink in. And they tore into him too, but let that sink in for just a minute. Just go ahead and let it sink in. Bestiality is a thing in the Family Guy world. As long as the dog can talk, it's okay. So all those talking dogs that were in Family Guy, if they want to, they can screw anybody they want. In fact, Brian's cousin, whatever he was, Ronaldo, the gay dog, that was Brian's cousin, got married to a human. Bestiality, still being pushed. No problem. Whee! And everyone doesn't. No one thinks about that. Nope. No, it's just fine. It's okay. It's normal. It's average. It's okay. Not a problem. Yeah, no. But we can have Stewie dress up as a teenager, somehow, fool a bunch of teenagers, somehow I'm not surprised, get kissed from a girl, again, not surprised, and then get her in trouble for pedophilia or a pedophilic act, but the human women screwing a dog? Yeah, you know, it's all good. They like that knot in them. It's all good and gravy. It's all peachy keen. It's all A-okay. Well, Seth MacFarlane's not pushing that agenda. No, because Roger is perfectly human. Right. I'm with it. I'm down. What? You're saying Roger's an alien? No. He's got to be human. You know, Brian Griffin obviously has to be a human because he can talk. So it doesn't matter that the whole series itself says he's a dog. He's a human. Sorry. From the defense, he's got to be a human because even though the judge says he's a dog, Peter says he's a dog, Lois says he's a dog. And there's another thing. Lois even said, I was a couple of days from pushing our beds together and riding you. Are you fucking kidding me right now? All the human females just want the dog. Just have the dog. Granted, the dog acts like a white guy and seems to be somewhat racist, but that's a whole other kettle of fish. I'm not going to go into that part. Yeah, apparently he's racist, and that's a little sub-jab. But I'm not going to go into that. I'm not even going to touch that. I'll be nice. I'll even let that one slide. Brian being racist? Not shocked. They've already addressed it. They've brought it up. I'm not even going to touch that one. Nope. The big problem is the fact that Brian Griffin, a dog, has slept with multiple women, human, and has slept with a dog as well. Which means even if you decide to try to play the defensive card of, well, Brian Griffin seems more human than a dog, okay, he still screwed a dog. You lose the argument no matter what, based on Brian. Either you say, A, Brian Griffin's more human, and that's why all the women want to be dicked by a dog, so there we go. Bestiality is A-okay. Or B, Brian Griffin is a dog, and he dicked a dog. Either way. He gets all hot and bothered with the dog porn episode, whatever, where he decided to stay at home, and he was fucking through the channels, and it was all about hot dogs being ready to go, and that was pretty much the episode where Brian ends up screwing the race dog. But you see my point. No matter how you cut it, in general, Brian Griffin promotes bestiality, no matter how you cut it. Same with Roger, but that's like alien. What? Someone to give me the term for like aliens screwing humans. What's the term for that? I mean, bestiality is like animals screwing humans, so alien screwing humans is what? Xenomorphicality? No? Maybe? No, that would be if the alien itself wanted to just straight up screw somebody. So that'd be like the face fuckers? That'd be alien, that'd be xenomorphinality? But what about other aliens like Roger and Predator and what would that be called? Alienality? Alienality? Someone get this definition out there. Kirk did it. Someone get this definition. Yes, I'm going to. Kirk did it. But the point remains that bestiality is a big thing being pushed, and no one's even remotely registered it. That's how subtle it was. So America and Americans are into bestiality. Thanks for that. Thank you, Brian, for saying Americans are into that. Thank you, Brian, for saying Americans are pseudo-intellectuals. And thank you, Brian, for saying that we are all hipsters. I do appreciate all this. I appreciate this. I do appreciate the fact that we are all very self-destructive because of smoking and drinking and all that. Oh, and I love the fact that we all want to be singers. I'm sorry, when I'm on the road, I'm not exactly singing. But, you know, all your road twos, I love being irresponsible enough to have a kid and take him out somewhere. Yeah, because, you know, I love being the kind of guy who's such an alcoholic that I can go out and drink myself into a stupor and then seem surprised when things go wrong. Because, you know, I'm watching a baby over here. Yeah, everyone forgot about that stuff too, huh? Well, it's only meant to be a joke. Yeah, the fact remains that Brian Griffin, knowingly, with Stewie Griffin, left Stewie in charge of plane tickets for one. He left Stewie in charge of them. That's a big no-no. He should have known better, but whatever. And then he turns around and still gets drunk off his ass. With Stewie in the area. Come on. Really? America is a bunch of drunks. Okay, good to know. Bunch of bestiality having drunks. With pseudo-intelligence and all that. Yeah, thanks for that. Thanks, Brian Griffin. Thank you so much for all that. Just thank you. America is insensitive, always drinking, always smoking, chilling with only babies and kids, screw other adults of the same age, because why the fuck not? Oh, helping kids get drunk, because that's logic. Okay, let me stop myself before I get going. Let's just break down the offenses, and we'll leave it at that, okay? Offense 1, bestiality. Clear as day. No matter how you try to argue it, have fun trying. You're not going to win. He's done Seabreeze, which is a dog. He's done a bunch of humans, which are human. He himself is a dog. So either A, he's more human than dog, so he can plow to humans and that's okay, but he still plowed Seabreeze, which means he's into bestiality. Or 2, the humans just don't know any better and they're into bestiality, which means most of the humans are into bestiality by the whole propaganda machine that Seth MacFarlane has for Family Guy. Just saying. Either way, you lose this argument. Bestiality is being pushed. And no one says anything. 2, he is an alcoholic. Clearly, he's an alcoholic. It's a defining trait. He's an alcoholic. He's such an alcoholic that even with just having Stewie nearby, he will go and get drunk. He will go and get drunk. He will get drinks all day and still hit on women while he's supposed to take care of Stewie. What's this? You're supposed to go on a plane? Here, Stewie, hold on to these tickets because I presume that you are not going to let them out of your sight because you know you're a baby. You're able to focus 100% on the tickets. And you don't consider Rupert like a real-life animal or anything. So, yeah, we're fine. Oh, wait, no, they weren't fine. So, yeah. Bestiality, drunkenness, pseudo-intellectual, because, you know, he's tried so many times to be intellectual, and even Mayor shut him down. Everybody shut him down every time it's come up. It's just sad. Item 4. A hipster. I'm sorry, he is a hipster. The smoking thing is, of course, the big one, but just watch the series. You'll see it so many times. People like certain things, and Brian will either jump in to try to get the girl, or he will just kind of be like, whatever. 5. Completely after the pussy. He does not care. In fact, there was an episode where Stewie was in a daycare, and the daycare person, the person in charge, the teacher, whatever, the adult there, allegedly, was supposed to take care of him. What happens? He winds up having a dislocated arm because negligence. But did Brian do anything about it? No, he did something about it after Stewie actually got hurt. He ignored Stewie's pleas that the teacher was negligent. He ignored him because the teacher was hot. And then when she decided not to go out with him, then he did something about it. Yeah, thanks for that. Thanks for making us all look like that. Way to go, Brian. Yay! In line item 6, after all of that, the insensitivity. Now, number 6, I put at the very bottom because he's not always insensitive. He's just a little slow. The whole thing about Stewie getting injured because the teacher was hot. Guys are like that in general. So I can let that slide to a point. But again, if it's supposed to represent America, well, there we go. We have a representation of America. Thanks for that, guys. But the insensitivity comes more on the fact that he doesn't try to stop things, or he purposely assumes things ahead of schedule, which causes problems in the long run, mainly with Quagmire. And then 7, pettiness. Now, when I say petty, everyone remembers the episode about Quagmire teaching how to pick up chicks, quote unquote, for wham bam, thank you ma'am. That's it. That was his whole class. Pick up a girl, have fun, that's it. Done. It's not meant for the girl you love, it's meant for getting your dick wet. That's all it was for. Brian took it, and what does he do? To get back, because it didn't quite work, to get back at Quagmire, he goes after Quagmire's girl just to prove that he can. Quagmire's no better. He went after Jillian, which was Brian's girl, I guess. But whatever. And of course that comes back to the insensitivity part, because he lost Jillian over the fact that he can't shut up. He just did and got himself in trouble. I didn't even want to move in here in the first place. Well, get the fuck out. And then he got upset because she was upset. You know, you do something stupid, things happen. But again, now that I think about it, maybe you guys were right. Maybe he is a perfect representation of America, because all these things seem to be facts that America seems to ignore. And then if America looks at it, well, that's a whole nother problem that we don't want to address. So I guess he does represent America. We are a bunch of insensitive hipster motherfuckers who feel entitled all the time, who don't care about taking care of kids because we got guys leaving kids in cars so they can sext, which seems to fit Brian in a nutshell. He just didn't kill Stewie yet. Into bestiality and all that happy stuff. I guess that's number 1 on Pornhub. Someone get me the stats on that, please. Pornhub. Someone look up on Pornhub to see if we as Americans are all into the bestiality thing yet, because, Second Front says we are. Just saying. And we're all smoking, and we love drinking, and we put drinking above everything else, and yada yada, and blah blah blah, and yeah. Thanks for that, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Brian represents America. Thank you.